So this video is for false lash application. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna pretend it's as if we just showed up for work. And so the first thing you always wanna do when you first get to work is to wash your hands. So you're gonna find a sink and you're gonna wet your hands under the water and you're gonna find that liquid hand soap and you're gonna go ahead and wash your hands with that liquid hand soap down to your wrist. You're gonna wash the back of your hands down to your wrist. You're gonna wash your fingers and you're gonna wash the back of your fingers. You're gonna wash those fingertips and nails. You're gonna wash between your fingers. You're gonna wash between your fingers and your thumbs. You're gonna wash your thumbs and you're gonna wash your wrist. You're gonna do all of that for a minimum of 20 to 30 seconds, and then you're gonna properly rinse under the water. So when you feel like everything is thoroughly rinsed, you can grab either a clean towel or disposable paper towels, turn off the faucet with the towels, completely dry your hands, and toss all of that into the trash, or if it was a clean towel, it goes into where your dirty laundry is with a closed container. And then grab that hand sanitizer, 70% ethyl alcohol, and you're gonna sanitize your hands. And you have just checked your schedule and your first client of the day is coming in for false lash application. So you're going to get set up and your room ready for that. So let's review what you need to do to get ready for your client's arrival. So you're gonna disinfect your workstation, bed, and equipment using a disinfectant wipe following manufacturer's instructions. You will dispense products needed for the service. You will prepare disposable portion cups for each product with a portion of the product by opening the top of the container and ensuring the tip of the nozzle does not come into contact with the disposable portion cup tray, or remove the product with a disinfected or clean single-use spatula. Close the lid to the product and set the portion cup tray on the tray. And then you'll place disposable table paper on the disinfected bed. And then we need to get your client. So let's look at what's on our tray right now that we've set up and have ready to go for our false lash application. So we have, of course, our strip lashes. We have tweezers and scissors if we need scissors for trimming. We have oil-free makeup remover with our cotton rounds. We have disposable mascara wands, lash glue. We have those disposable applicators to put the lash glue on with. And then I always have some gauze. We also have our gloves because this service will be completely, will be done the whole time with gloves on. So the complete service with gloves on. So what you need to do now is perform your client consultation to see if they are able to get this service today. So let's talk about that. You would greet your client and escort your client to the work area. You will assess the client's current style and determine the client's preferences. You'll assess the client's needs. You will assess the client's skin by performing a skin analysis to ensure that there is no inflamed, infected, broken, raised, or swollen skin in the area to be worked on, or an open wound or sore in the area to be worked on, infection or infestation, for example, lice, to prevent from safely performing the service. Assess the client's consultation form for any medications and products used within the last 72 hours. Consult on any known allergies. Consult with the client on any facial surgeries within the last 3 months and if the client is under physician's care. Assess if the client is prone to cold sores or fever blisters. Assess if the client has used exfoliating or lightening agents within the last 72 hours, like alpha hydroxy acids, beta hydroxy acids, hydroquinone, etc. Assess facial injections within the last 3 weeks, like Botox or hyaluronic fillers. If the client is free from the above, you can move forward with the procedure. And our client is just fine. So we're gonna get her set up before we wash our hands. So our client has to have a little headband on. Just put a drape on her. She doesn't need any special outfit, or she doesn't need to disrobe. And then you may want to, you've got your drape over her and you have her down. So she is really ready, and make sure that hair's out of the way of the eyes because you're gonna be working on the lashes. And so then it's your time to wash your hands, because remember, you have to put on your gloves for this whole service. So once again, you're going to find that sink and you're going to wet your hands, find the liquid hand soap, wash those hands together down to your wrists, wash the back of your hands down to your wrists, wash your fingers, back of the fingers, between the fingers, fingertips and nails, between your fingers and your thumbs. Go ahead and wash your thumbs, wash your wrists. All of that for a good 20 to 30 seconds, making sure that that's a minimum, and then you're going to do your proper rinse at the sink. Once you feel like it's thorough, you can grab disposable paper towels, turn off the faucet, dry everything completely, throw away those disposable paper towels, get your hand sanitizer, 70% ethyl alcohol, rub together. And you do want to take a minute here because you've got to put those gloves on. You want your hands to be completely dry. Nothing worse than wet hands trying to put on hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer on your hands trying to put gloves on. So once you've identified that, you can put on your disposable gloves so you can start the service. So I'm going to get 2 cotton rounds with makeup remover on them, and we're going to take off her eye makeup. And then I'm just going to dry everything off because we are using lash glue. I want to make sure that her eyes are not wet. And then I'm going to get my disposable mascara wand to comb through the lashes. And that way I can make it nice and smooth, and I can see where her lash line is, because I'm going to want to try to get as close and tight to that as I can with this strip lash. And that looks pretty good. So now I've got my lashes here. One thing you need to know, there actually is a right side and a left side with this. You want to look for a short side of your lash and a long side. The shortest side of the lashes would always go closest to the nose, and the longest side would go farthest away from the nose. So you would actually have a right side and a left side, so take a moment when you're looking at them to notice which is which. So I am going to take this eye first, and I'm going to measure it. So there's no glue, there's nothing but my hands here. I'm just going to measure it against the size of her eye to see if I need to do any trimming. And the good news is, on my mannequin here, it's actually about the size of her eye. But for the video's sake, I'm going to pretend like I have to trim it. So let's say that much is too long, and this is the long side. So this is the shortest side, the longest side. What you would want to do is now take your scissors and trim that excess off, always trimming above the finger, not below, because you don't want to take away too much and then the lashes be too short. And then you're going to flip the lash over, because we're going to apply the lash glue to the back of the lash strip. So you're just going to take a little bit of the lash glue on your applicator, And then you're going to take your time to spread it along the back of the lash from corner to corner. And you just want it nice and smooth. You don't want any big blobs or big bubbles. So that's where that applicator will allow you to just kind of smooth it out and work your way out with the glue. And then you'll flip the lashes over and you'll hold the lashes with your tweezers about midway through. And then we're going to place this strip lash as close to the lash line as we can. And we're going to start the press in towards the eye first and then kind of work our way out along the lash line as close as we can get it. And you may want to press for 5 to 10 seconds. Let it dry a little bit to make sure that you feel really good about your placement and where it is. And I think it looks really nice. So basically now I'm going to repeat that entire process on the other side. So I'm getting my strip off and I'm going to measure first. So I'm going to hold it with my fingers, no lash glue or anything, up against that lash line. And I'm going to see if it fits. And I feel like, once again, this is a nice fit for this mannequin, but let's pretend like it's a little bit long. So I've got the excess here on the long side. And then I would grab my scissors and once again cut on the top of the fingers on the long side. And then I flip my lash strip over so that I can then find my lash glue. Little bit of lash glue, little bit on the end of my applicator, and then I take it along the back side of the strip from corner to corner, once again spreading it out because it will bubble up sometimes or glob up, and this just allows you to kind of take a little bit and smooth it out, and then if you need more, get more and smooth it out. And these are single use, you just toss them in the trash. So we're going to flip our lash over, grab our tweezers, hold this strip lash from that midpoint, and now we're going to go in and apply. And when we get our first point of contact, we're going to press that inner corner and then start to work our way along and holding it down as close to her natural lash line as we can. And then we want to do that hold. Sometimes it doesn't take any time at all, but you just really want to make sure that it adheres and it's not popping off in certain areas. Giving it a chance to dry and stick, and then I always have her open her eyes and blink to see if everything feels good, because when you first put them on it feels funny. And she says they feel great and they look great, so let's give that presentation where you get to show your client a beautiful set of lashes, and there she's thrilled because she's going to a big party, and that's just what she needed to make herself feel extra. So we're excited for her. So what we're going to do right now is just take our gloves off and you toss them in the trash. We will take her drape off and then just discuss our maintenance and aftercare. And these are single-use strip lashes, so we're going to tell her how to take them off and then wash her face, and then of course if she does want to use them another time, if they're still in good shape, maybe how to do that at home. But she really was just looking for this party event. These are not supposed to be a long-term product. So we'll get her checked out and on her way because she has a big party to go to and she's super excited. And then we will go back to get ready, our room ready, because we have clients coming in. So you would discard any single-use item like those applicators or cotton rounds, that little container of oil-free makeup remover. Everything goes in the trash. And then you're going to get your implements, and you're going to put those in a closed container labeled to be disinfected. You will get any linen or that cape or drape that you put on her, headband, etc., and you would put it in a closed container until it's time to do the laundry. Then you will get a proper cleaning agent and read manufacturer's directions, follow manufacturer's directions for mixing and usage, and then wipe down your workstation and area to remove debris. Then you're going to identify a disinfectant that is bactericidal, virucidal, fungicidal, EPA approved for use in a salon setting. You would need to put on disposable gloves. Then you would follow the manufacturer's directions for mixing and or using appropriate aerosol disinfectant. You will disinfect electrical equipment stored in a clean area separate from other implements. Remove those gloves, toss them in the trash, and one final hand wash before you can set up for your next client. So wet your hands, find that liquid hand soap, coin size, wash your hands down to your wrist, wash the back of your hands down to your wrist. You're gonna wash your fingers and the backs of your fingers, fingertips and nails. Wash between your fingers and your thumb. You're gonna wash your thumbs. You're gonna wash your wrist. All of that for 20 to 30 seconds. Then you're gonna do that great rinse, and when you feel like it's a proper rinse, grab those disposable paper towels, and you're gonna turn off the water. Dry your hands off thoroughly, toss your paper towels in the trash, get that 70% ethyl alcohol hand sanitizer, and you're gonna sanitize that final time before you get ready and set up for your next client. So that concludes your video on false lash application. And if you have any questions or need to know any more, just let us know.